Hello, it's another beautiful day. You're welcome to Frontline TV, and the program is newspaper headlines coming from our studios. Today, we're going to take a look at leading stories from the Nigerian tabloids, and I hope that you will be with us. And whatever story that is of your interest, you can go to the nearest newspaper stand and pick up a copy to get the full gist of what is there. Today, we're going to start with Leadership Friday. The Leadership Friday leading story: freed Wale abductees, Kwara attack survivors, recount ordeal. That's the leading story of the Leadership newspaper. And also, Saudi Arabia reaffirms data submission deadline for Hajj pilgrims. From the down part of the Leadership Friday is the politics side, which says Turaki says no cause for alarm as INEC recognizes Wiki-backed PDP. And also, US troop deployment respects Nigeria's sovereignty, says DHQ. And 2026, Lagos tops as Lagos tops as state's budget hits 37 trillion naira. That's in 2026. And also, last but not the least, from the front of the Leadership Friday, Nigeria added only 6 products to export basket in 30 years. NRS Chair is the one saying that one. Then moving over to the Blueprint newspaper. The leading story from the Blueprint newspaper in front of it says Operation Savannah Shield hits Kayama. IGP orders deployment of tactical and intel units. That has to do with the Kwara, Katsina, and Benue killings. And also, you can see another story there from the top part of the Blueprint newspaper, who says federal government committed to ending states' interference with local government funds. And also, Nwabali bids farewell to Chippa United. Not forgetting there's another one in the middle of those two stories. Transcorp, DMO, others emerge winners at NGX Made of Africa Award. And still there's a picture here in front of the Blueprint. The picture here showing the Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, together with the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, Chairman, Senate Committee on Women Affairs, Ireti Kingibe, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, and others during the presidential launch of Nigeria for Women Program Scale-Up Project at the State House Conference Center in Abuja on Thursday. Electoral Act on e-transmission of elected, or shall I say election results, we stand, says the senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And also, Boa Cement wins NGX 2025 most compliant listed. And this one is a sad one. Murder, 3 men to die by hanging. And also, INEC registers 2 more parties. 170 associations fail requirements. If you want the full gist, just pick up a copy of the Blueprint newspaper. Now it's Vanguard. Let's take a look at the leading stories from the Vanguard newspaper. 2027, majority of senators want real-time results transmission. Abaribe, Ningi, Ume, others vow to ensure inclusion, monitor process to presidential assent. Outrage greets Senate's rejection of mandatory transmission of results. Opposition parties blast Senate. Obi, ADC, Yaga, Africa, Wanko, others speak on the issue of the 2027 majority of senators wants real-time results transmission. And also there's another leading story here. Soldiers came 10 hours after terrorists had killed scores, says a village head. That has to do with the Kwara massacre. Troops promptly deployed on receipt of information of attack, and also 10,000 drivers to benefit from Lagos government's health safety program. Downstream deregulation delivers 6 trillion naira gain in 9 months. And also 2 PDP factions insist on fielding candidates in 2027 polls. US President acknowledges Nigeria's First Lady as a respected woman. This and more from the front of the Vanguard. We still have 1,949 massacre, or shall I say, in other words, court orders UK to pay £420 million to 21 Nigerian families. Poor data privacy, how online scams, unsolicited ads score Nigeria's digital economy low. Now, if we take a critical look in front of the Vanguard newspaper, there's a picture of Governor Obasani of Kaduna State and his deputy, Dr. Hadiza Balarabe, with the rescued worshippers of the Wale community. That's the community church at Sakashim Ibrahim House in Kaduna. That's a picture of them there. And also, last but not the least, INEC registers NDC, and that's NDC DLA worries over crisis in parties. Full gist, pick a copy of the Vanguard newspaper, peruse through for the interest, or should I say, the story that interests you. The most widely read newspaper, that is the Punch, newspaper of the year, the Punch. Leading story, Kwara massacre. UN condemns killings as Turkey pledges support. Tinubu meets governor. Northern senators demand security overhaul. IGP deploys tactical team. UN condemns killings as Turkey pledges support. And also PDP crisis. Makinde camp fumes as INEC recognizes Wiki bloc. And also respected woman. Trump hails Remi Tinubu as at US prayer breakfast. Electoral Act. Opposition pushes back as e-transmission faces firestorm. Kaduna abduction. 183 freed victims recount ordeal. Governor pledges rehabilitation. Or we can say the government, they are pledging rehabilitation. And also you can see the picture there. A resident stands among burnt debris and damaged homes following the attack that left over 162 people dead in Woro, Kwara State, and also a view of the burnt debris and damaged homes in Woro 2. That's the residents fleeing. That's in the third picture. Most unfortunate, but you can pick up a copy of the newspaper of the year, which is the Punch newspaper, so that you can get more of the stories there. Now it's time for us to take a look at the newspaper you can trust, which is the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust newspaper has as its leading story, "We are still burying the dead inside Kwara's massacre." Most unfortunate. Top part says, "We were beaten, didn't bath for 2 weeks." That's some of the ordeals from the Kaduna abductees. Parties now 21 as INEC registers 2. Defense HQ admits US troops in Nigeria. And also the down part is talking about the minority caucus. Senate approves e-transmission of election results, and the picture there, that's for national interest, unlikely friends coming together when Senator Datti Baba Ahmed and his team met the Honorable Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, CON, on the right-hand side of Datti Baba Ahmed, and it's on ministries officials on the proposed base aviation school. How Nigeria startups raised $520 million. Remi Tinubu meets Trump. These are the leading stories from the front of the newspaper you can trust, the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, last but not the least for today is The Nation. The Nation newspaper, the leading story in front of that Nigerian newspaper is "Terrorists killed Kwara villagers for refusing strange belief." Terrorists kill Kwara villagers for refusing strange belief. Top part of it is talking about Remi Tinubu's presence at US prayer excites Trump. INEC obeys court order on PDP leadership. Wiki Group gets nod. And how Nigeria can fast-track economic growth by NRS boss. RMFAC new pay package for office holders ready. And if you go downwards the front of the Nation newspaper, Senate defense action on Electoral Act amendment. Nigeria World Bank strengthen partnership to boost the economy. And you can see another picture there. That's one of the scene of the attack recently. And also there's an insert there of the picture of the president that's talking about President Ahmed Tinubu with Governor Abdul Razak. Yesterday, I want to believe they were discussing the issue of what happened in Kwara. Well, there you have it. Just go close to any of the newspaper stands that's close to you. Pick up a copy of any of the newspapers that is of your interest and get the full gist. Thanks for watching Newspaper Headlines. It came to you from Frontline TV. Musa Calvin is my name. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.
welcome to Frontline TV. And today we are going to be discussing on the topic Be Authentic. I am Lindy Gabriel and I am your host for the show. So, we are in a world today where being real is rare. For one reason or another, most people live fake lives comfortably, right? And today we'll be talking about different ways people fail to be authentic, their supposed reasons and solutions to this pandemic because it is a pandemic. But before we get into this, I have two wonderful guests with me in the studio and they will be introducing themselves.
Okay, so I am Luma Dilali.
I give blessing, Wama.
So nice to have you guys here
Thank you.
on
Thank
today's
you.
show. So let's get into this. Authenticity can simply mean the quality of being genuine or not corrupted from the original. And the opposite of this word can be fakeness, forgery, bogosity, phoniness, etc. Most people today are not truthful about their lives, their personality, age, occupation, status, and how they live their lives. Some others claim to be what they are not for some reasons best known to them, right? So we are going to be trying to figure out what are the supposed reasons why people actually are fake in their living and why people lie about who they really are, right?
Yeah.
So I want to hear your opinion on this. What do you think are reasons why people act the way they do?
I think one of the reasons should be the fear to be rejected. Some persons do fear rejection, like growing teenagers. I'll just use them as example. Some of them, just because they want to impress that crush they have, they are like, oh, he likes this type of girl, so I should be this type of girl to impress him. I should be that perfect girl. And then they hide themselves. They are scared of exposing themselves and forgetting that their flaws are not only the things that make them actually. So fear to be rejected.
Fear of rejection. Okay, do you have any other things to say about this?
Yeah, so I'm going to term it all under fear and societal pressure. So, and then I'm going to talk about the aspect of trying to fit in, which is more of with your peers, more of with your friends, more of with who you want to belong with. We see competition in the society today. We see people trying to be who they are not just so they can belong in that clique. Oh, this university. When I got into university newly, I saw a lot of things. I saw the pretty girls group. I saw the rich girls group, and I was like, oh, should I try to belong? Should I do this? But then I just remember that okay, sometimes it's like that. People just basically just because they want to fit in, just because they want to belong in a particular circle, they change who they truly are. Yeah.
So, what you guys actually said is true. That takes me to something I saw one time on social media space. I saw a picture of, a tangerine, a peeled tangerine, right? And you see these demarcations, right, around there. And then I saw one of the parts of this tangerine had a garlic fixed inside,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it actually did fit in,
Yeah.
right? It fit into the whole stuff,
Yeah.
but then it was different because you see the tangerine looking all yellowish and
Yeah.
everything, and you see that white hat stuff inside, and then the caption changed a lot about me. It said, you might fit in, but you might never belong. That's
That's true.
possibly you may fit in,
They fit
but
in as well as
you are not you don't belong there, right? So most times we tend to, try to fit in, as I said, because I don't know, we are scared of being rejected or scared of, being pushed aside because of all these things, you fail to be true to yourself. But one thing you must understand is that you need to accept who you are. And the truth is that most people who are, not real with themselves might not even really get that acceptance that they need. Because in one way or the other, there will just be this difference that pulls you off from the whole circle thing. You feel like, I don't do this. And when you are doing it, it doesn't really
weird.
Yes, it's weird.
Yeah,
exactly.
I get it.
So no matter what you are doing, just try to be yourself, because definitely you will meet people of like minds. Maybe because of the environment that you are in, you don't get people, but try to be true to yourself, right?
Yeah.
So most times we are scared of rejection. We want to impress others, but that's not what really matters. We'll get back to that. Right. So one of the things I mentioned is that people have lost the realness, which I would call the sweetness of life, because of these factors, right? And one other thing is that they want to be known as, most times this whole stuff, most times it happens more with the youths, with the young ones, right, of this generation. They are the ones who wants to impress people. They are the ones who wants to feel among and stuff like that. But then we must try to love ourselves and to be true, true to ourselves. Because when you are true to yourself, you begin to accept yourself for who you are, right? People of the same like minds, people of the same community will definitely find a way around you, and you will be true to yourself. So, one of the things I would like to mention is this issue of giving names or giving definitions to what is not really it. You hear people say something like, it's not that deep. I'll try to explain it. Most times you hear people say things like depression, I'm depressed. Or you hear this very viral word, I'm an introvert. Right? Now, if you actually check, most of the people who do these things, they are not really depressed. They are not really introverts. Right? Most times you hear people say, I'm an introvert. Because now, currently in our world, everybody wants to be an introvert. They feel like it's cool.
Trending.
Yes. Everybody wants to be cool, she's an introvert. You want to act all mysterious so that everybody be like, that girl that doesn't talk in class.
Yeah, I
Things
guess.
like that. Right? But it's actually more than that. Depression is quite deeper than that. And this whole introvert, and I also understood that most of these introverts, they are not really there because they want to. It's actually life that shapes them to actually be that kind of person. But because people want to be cool, people want to sound or feel mysterious. You hear things like, I'm an introvert. You hear things, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm depressed. I'm going through a lot. A lot that you're going through.
It's not measured.
Right?
Yeah.
So we should try our best to stay true to the definitions of the things that we are facing. You don't need to exaggerate, and learn to be yourself. If you're actually an extrovert, there's every fun thing about that. You don't need to, there's something they now joined. You have traits of an extrovert, and you have traits of an introvert, and we bring it together, and then we have an ambivert.
Yeah.
And everybody now is that I'm an ambivert. I have social anxiety, but when I'm around social people, I can be able to do this, I can be able to do that. Giving definitions to things that might not really be what you are. So we must learn to stay true to ourselves. It is very, very important. And one of the things I also noticed that normally causes this lack of authenticity, of being fake, is that people don't love themselves.
True.
People don't love themselves. Currently, in the world that we are in, because of the kind of societal norms and everything, I'll take for an example the way people look, like body shape.
Yes. Very good
Body
example.
shape. And then you see that I'm not figure eight as I claim to, as other people are, and everything. And then you feel like I'm not good enough, and then I start doing that tomboy.
They start picking, and then they start
Tomboy.
this seeking attention, seeking love
Okay.
from people
Where
to validate themselves.
yes. So we must try our best to start loving. You need to love yourself. You really, really need to love yourself. Because one thing I noticed is that if you don't love yourself, even when someone is trying to show love to you, you might not be able to recognize it.
Yeah.
Or you see it as, a lie, or you see it as being fake. The person is just trying to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Because you don't get the true definition of love. You need to love yourself. Okay, I need to love my big nose. I need to love the way I look. I need to love my shape. There is beauty in uniqueness. There is beauty in uniqueness. Whatsoever you are, howsoever you are, is because your creator has made you that way, right? So we must understand how we are and embrace it. Learn to embrace the way you look. Learn to embrace the way you speak. Learn to embrace how you look. Embrace everything about yourself. Love everything about yourself. That is the only way you can be able to recognize love from others when it comes to you, right?
Yeah. Right.
So we must learn to love
And
ourselves.
then one thing about embracing self, like sometimes the parents don't actually make it easy for the children.
Okay.
And then some parents can actually tell you you're beautiful. And then the next day you're telling that same child your nose is big. You have a very
Yeah.
big forehead. Why are you
Yeah.
so ugly? Like, why are you saying two different things at the same time? Like,
Yeah.
you're giving the child the reminder, okay, whatever these motivational speakers are saying, they're just lying. They just say it to make some people feel good. And then the actual truth is this is this and that is that, black is black and white is white.
Can I
But the truth is,
Okay.
can I also chip in something? I think Mama is actually very correct because sometimes you see your parents telling you, "Oh yes, you can do it. We believe in you," and then when you fail, instead of them to still, I know that it's okay to correct the child or something, but they they over exaggerate it. Is it then you see this thing of comparison?
So what you guys are trying to say now is that one of the reasons people live fake lives, right? One of the reasons people don't embrace themselves is because of parents.
It starts from somewhere.
it starts from home.
somewhere. You're trying to do you know one thing about do you know there's I have a friend and she feels like no matter what she do, she'll never be enough because she has not gotten that validation from her parents. It's two things. You can work, it's two things for your personal for someone personally and then for the parents. So it has to do with background, you and your family.
Yeah.
Now, for you have to learn that validation comes from only you. Don't let what people say validate
Exactly.
you. Then from your parents, please, parents, I would advise you to make sure that you praise your children, you teach your children the right thing, and even if they're not getting it, just inculcate it slowly. There's no need for comparison. Because the comparison will not make my child say, okay, take for instance, now I have a child and I say, look at Chinedu doing better than you. I will look at Chinedu. I want to be like Chinedu no matter what. So yes.
So I get where you guys are coming from. But then there's one thing I want to point out. Growing up as a child, right? There are some certain times, even as a teenager, there are certain times you need to encourage yourself, right?
Yeah.
They are going to be different. There are going to be voices speaking from peers, from family, right? From the home. You hear different people saying different things about you, which can be discouraging. But now this is where you come in. It's not about what the motivational speaker says. You need to speak to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, look at the mirror and tell yourself that you are beautiful, you are enough, you can do this, right? And you are okay, you are perfect the way you are. So long as you are not hurting anybody, right?
Yes.
You are not causing harm to the society, then I don't think if there's any reason you should change yourself. Unless if you are, trying to grow, trying to be more positive and trying to do more. But then if you know that whatsoever you are doing is not affecting the society negatively, then you should keep to what you are doing and we should try to encourage ourselves because most times I know there's this theory that I actually have in my head. I came to this world alone, right? Every other person, I am the main character in my story.
Yeah.
I am the main character in my story. So every other person is just, an addition. I am the hero. I am the heroine, right? So you have that mindset. So no matter what anybody is doing to you, you are in the position to let it in or to just, forget about it. Try to encourage yourself as much as you can. No matter what they're telling you, look at yourself. It's not lies, right? I know that there are sometimes you see people that you see them with big nose. Of course, you have the big nose, and you say, don't let any motivational speaker, like you said, don't let any motivational speaker stop you from la la la. Yeah, which might be true. But then you need to accept who you are, and it has made you who you are. It's part of you. You need
Something
to
you can't
embrace.
change.
Yes, so you need
So you
to
just
embrace,
embrace it.
and you need to love yourself for it. I love my big nose. I love my big nose.
There's something I actually found out
Okay.
for people with this kind of insecurity. There's something I usually say. There's how that big nose will look on you if you put it on another person to never fit them.
Exactly.
So God made you.
You are
with that
like
nose.
one.
There's
right?
no like that
Yeah.
nose is for you.
Yeah.
It fits you. If you put it on another person, it can't fit. So that is to say you are special, you're unique, you're beautiful just the way you are. There's no need
your own
to
species.
yes,
Yeah.
there's no need to compare. That
And
person
then-
might have slim nose. If you have a slim nose, it's not.
And then something else about that is, if you're not really comfortable about certain features about yourself, it's not something you shouldn't be comfortable about, but try to wear clothes that actually make you feel comfortable. Don't go trying to look like someone else, or because we said be confident about who you are, and then you know you're this type, this is your body type, and then you try to fit into someone else's body type. Know your body type and dress according to your body type. Know who you are, and then go according to your fashion. Just make sure you're being yourself and you're comfortable in whatever you're doing. If you want to be a tomboy, be a tomboy, knowing truly well that deep down I want to be a tomboy, not because someone said
about
I'm slim, and then those kind of things. Be what you want to be and know your type of person, what you're comfortable in. Just keep doing it.
So we've indirectly spoken on how to deal with insecurities. You must accept them. Learn to accept your insecurities. I'm a person that sees insecurity as, I see the beauty in insecurities. Like there are certain ways that someone will look and you see them downgrading themselves. And I ask myself, why is this person? Don't you know that they look beautiful like this and everything? So you need to accept the way your creator has made you because he knows the best, right? And you need to embrace it. And once you start loving it, you begin to see the beauty of it. You can never see the beauty in yourself or in whatever you do if you don't love it. So you must try your best to love yourself, right? Embrace who you are and you see the beauty of it. So on to the next, ladies. I have a question for you.
All right.
Right. So I want you guys to give me an honest reply. Between the ladies and the guys, who tend to live fake lives more?
Mostly the ladies.
What do you think?
Ladies.
The ladies.
The ladies.
Okay. So why so?
So I'm just going to be honest with you. Naturally, girls are made with that kind of flair. Yeah. Boys are someone that don't care. I mean, many boys can be in one room and they'll be eating Gary and they'll go in the brag. Permit me. They're going to brag, say, what's in Gary? But girls,
Everybody wants to impress.
yes, even among themselves, even among that circle, they still want to show I am bigger than you. You get? Yes. So it's like it's inborn. Let's say it's a natural phenomenon or something like that. Yeah.
So you actually agree with what she's saying?
Yeah, very much. Very
But
much.
do you guys know that, of course, the ladies, nobody can beat them with terms of being hypocrites. They can pretend to have, what they don't really have, and they pretend to. But do you know that currently guys are the level of fake life among guys is increasing?
Definitely.
It's increasing because they want to impress the ladies. I mean, take a look for an example of iPhone.
Yeah.
You see that literally every guy wants to have an iPhone. Every guy is with an iPhone or a Samsung.
Because if a girl sees you without
With
it,
she's
will
like,
look
this guy
down on
is
you.
broke,
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. So you see, themselves, they are now trying to impress
Meet up
people,
with standards.
and then they are faking. They start living fake lives, and most of them, if you check their homes, you check their families, you be like, it's not this guy that is always dressing well, with holding iPhone and stuff. Why are his siblings looking like this, or why is his mom looking like this and everything? Because they've given the audience, they've given people what to think about them. Mind you, fake life is different from packaging. Packaging is simply not looking like a problem.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
But then fake life is giving people an impression of what you are not.
That's true.
Right?
And it's like packing loads behind yourself, like loads that never end. You're just packing things, and it's so heavy, and you just keep going.
I feel like the main reason for fake life is people giving standards, unreal standards to themselves. See, I have a standard for myself. Maybe I just look good in the morning, take your bath, everything. But then there are unrealistic standards that putting it as their own standards. So that's what I actually think.
And we see most guys now trying to live fake lives because they want to impress the ladies.
So something I would really like to chip in. Some things aren't really fake life. For example, you saw a friend with an iPhone. You know you need an iPhone. Or you saw this girl with this pretty dress and you like that pretty dress. Not necessarily you trying to live up to her standard. Okay, you can't afford that dress right now. But if you save for like 2-3 months, you can actually afford that dress, and you like it, and you're liking it is for a good reason, then get it. That's not fake life.
I think fake life also involves desperation.
Yeah.
Because it's how desperate you be. It's just not there. Like, I don't know. Everybody has what they like, But I feel like fake life, there must be other wrong emotions attached.
Lack of contentment.
Lack of contentment,
Yeah.
desperation. You see them, they can do anything to get that thing at that particular time. Now, don't get me wrong. She might get that dress to look good. Another person might get that dress because I want to show off.
Yep.
I want to show other people that me too can fit in. So fake life comes in when you want to fit in.
Yeah. So actually, like you said, when I'm trying to get this dress because I feel like I need to, one of the ways you know that I'm trying to, one of the ways you are not living up to your standard, like you say, is when I know that that dress, I don't have the money to afford it, and I do everything in my position to get that dress as soon as possible. Now that is fake life because you are not contented with what you have, and then by fire by thunder, I want to
You
get.
can't wait.
Yes,
Urgency.
I want to get it. So lack of contentment can even lead to fake living, right? When you're not contented with what you have, and then you want to you want to claim to be what you are not, you start living falsely, right? So we must try our best to be true to ourselves. You don't need to be good at everything. We are humans, we have flaws, right? You don't need to be an introvert to be cool. People who are extroverts, I find them, I don't know what's there with introverts, and you see them once in a while. If you say hi before they open their mouth to say hi, I feel like it's weird. I don't see anything cool with that. In fact, extroverts are the ones who I find cool because they are outspoken, and they are funny and stuff like that. They are able to express themselves.
I think if you put it that way, you're going to make the introverts feel
No.
like they should be extrovert.
No,
I think there should be a
I think
balance.
it's based on what you think you are, and what you said
If
you
being
want
that
to be.
introvert makes you happy, if staying inside your comfort zone and not letting people in
Now
makes you happy, then it's fine.
my own what I'm trying to say now is that most people now find introversy as being cool. And now, in my opinion, I don't see anything really,
You
really
get-
cool that is bringing them to become introverts and all.
I will give an example of myself. When I was coming to school, I know I'm a talkative. So when I was coming to school, I was like, I'm going to change myself. I'm going to be this quiet, mysterious girl. So that everybody will be like, who is this?
I get that.
And then at the end of the day, it did not work because
Exactly.
my authentic self came out. And then, oh my God, now
Exactly.
I'm popular
So
somehow.
we must try to be true to ourselves. You need to love yourself. Once you start loving yourself for who you truly are, you will enjoy being yourself. So try your best to be truthful and avoid pressure from friends, from parents, from home. Learn to encourage yourself. If there's nobody to encourage you in this world today, you have to be the one to do it yourself. So try your best to encourage yourself. Tell yourself, wake up every morning, look yourself into the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am proud of myself, and I am doing just great. And I know I might not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely heading towards where I want to be. So try your best to love yourself, and just know that we love you. Thank you for watching.
Bye.